As President Joe Biden joins the leaders of Canada and Mexico in the North American summit, a key focus is on border security.
The White House is catching some heat on its latest moves to control illegal immigration. West 2 News political reporter Greg Fox is here right now. So, Greg, the heat is not just coming from Republicans.
That's right. The president so far is not doing much to move the needle when it comes to convincing conservatives that he's tough on border security. And some Democrats are also critical of policies they say need an overhaul.
El Paso, Texas, the epicenter of a border crisis that has the Biden administration promising to turn off the migratory faucet from Mexico and Central America. 2.4 million illegal crossings last year, up from 500,000 in 2020. But during his visit, President Joe Biden got no support from Republican Governor Greg Abbott.
This is nothing but for show.
Just weeks ago, the U.S. Supreme Court ordered the resumption of Title 42, initiated under former President Trump to deny entry to migrants during a pandemic. That's cutting the number of border crossings from 2,500 to 700 per day. The Biden administration last week expanded the rule, now denying entry to Venezuelan, Nicaraguan, Haitian, and Cuban immigrants trying to enter the country illegally. Mexico has agreed to accept 30,000 of those migrants a month, while at the same time the U.S. is denying those people the ability to seek asylum in the future. But local Republican Congressman Mike Waltz tells me the Biden administration is just not providing resources to patrol the border and help Mexico battle cartels pushing drugs into America.
We're talking about bolstering the IRS by 87,000 additional agents, but we're not seeing that same type of support for the Border Patrol, for ICE, for putting up physical barriers. What these magical resources are, we're not seeing them.
New Orlando Democratic Congressman Maxwell Frost, while supportive of some White House moves, is critical of the Biden team for, in Frost's opinion, adding unfairly harsh penalties on those who are simply trying to flee violence.
I think the executive action that the president taking is both good and concerning. And just look forward to working with the administration to ensure we have an humane immigration policy, because I think everybody can agree that our immigration system is flawed right now.
The White House is launching a new internet portal for migrants to get the latest information on U.S. policy. But critics say most of the people who need help the most are in countries that have no running water, let alone internet access. Stuart.